Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning.
It feels good to have the well drilled and to be back on our normal schedule. I had to get up to the off-grid property pretty early for 3 mornings in a row.
Yes. So it's just been on us girls. And he's had the cameras. And it's a lot of work to be filming and doing chores. So.
It is.
Huh. Did we do okay, guys? Maybe? Huh? I think we did okay. There you go. There you go.
So we have all of our solar array anchor screws in the ground. Now we need to start building our solar array system. We've been working on this project in between other things. We got the concrete poured, and then we worked some more on it, and then we got the well drilling done, and our well is all drilled and installed up at the off-grid property. Now we're just waiting to hear back from the well drilling company and let us know when they want to install the pump so we can dig the trench. But in the meantime, we're going to start working on building our solar array. So far, a lot of this solar array project is reminding me of our greenhouse build that we did up here at our property, because it's like an erector set. There's a lot of metal parts and pieces that go together, and when you're building it, I'm assuming with the solar array, like the greenhouse, you got to leave everything loose until everything is assembled. Then you can tighten everything up all at the same time, because if you tighten one piece up and the next piece doesn't go on, you got to make sure you can rack everything. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is getting it all set up and aligned, make sure we have everything the way we need it, and then we can start getting our pieces in. But at first, I'm just letting you know, it's going to look rickety and terrible, because everything's just going to get put up, stood up, in line, but everything's going to be loose, so it's going to look just all tweaked and twattered. But that's not the way it's going to stay. We'll be making adjustments as we go once it's all finished to get everything nice and straight. Meet you up at the off-grid property. Now I want to get the back pipe set, one on each corner. I want to run a string from across each one and make sure we're level and get everything nice and straight. And then I'm going to run a couple in the front and do the same thing. Make sure they're nice and straight, but also make sure we have the right pitch. We want a 35-degree angle for our solar panel, so I gotta get that all figured out. Make sure everything is plumb and level and straight. So I think there's going to be a lot of head scratching today, but if we can get this part set and done right, the rest of it, in my head at least, is going to go smoothly. We'll see how that goes. Straighten that out real quick. that's how we're gonna plumb off our posts. It works perfect. I love hydraulics. Ooh, that sun feels nice. Yeah, I like that. Now we can know the height of our posts without having to eyeball everyone. So now while I'm doing this step, I'm keeping everything loose too. It's just snugged up. I'm not tightening it and getting everything to torque spec yet. I want to get the whole array put together, and then we'll go back around and tighten everything up. I am looking forward to having all of our solar installed and be generating our own power up here from the sun. That's gonna be nice. I was just thinking we should get our angle all laid out, and then so get this post and that furthest post set to the right height we're gonna need. We need a 35-degree angle pitch for our solar array. The degree angle you need is gonna be different depending on where you live. So we need a 35-degree angle. It could be different where you live. I'm gonna set the top of this post, make sure I got the right angle going. I'm gonna do it for the furthest down post, and then I'll string a line. And the reason why I wanna do that first before I get too many more of these tall posts set, because the posts that we have are all to a certain length, and we want to make sure we're at least a foot into our earth anchors. If for some reason we're off because we are not on a flat grade, we are on a slope, so that could mess with our height elevation. We have high spots and low spots, so I just want to make sure that our short pipes are long enough at the height that they said. And if they're not, we'll just have to drop all of the posts down however many inches that's going to be. So figure I better do that now before I get all of the tall posts set. So if we were level all the way across, we should be 30 inches from the ground to the top of our post. We're at a bit of a slope, so I'm going to set this post at 30, and that'll leave us 5 inches higher. We'll try that first and we'll make adjustments from there. So let's mark this at 30. And that'll give us 30 inches in the ground. are going with this. So let's leave this one set up. Now we'll go down the far end, get that one going, and then we can run a string from the top of this one down to our far end. And then we don't have to go around and measure every single post with the angle. They'll all be set for the same. All right, so right there is where we want to be for our angle. All right, we're going to run this down to the far end, and that'll be our height. All right, now I can go around and get a height measurement and see if I'm gonna have to lower those back rails. So we're 40 inches there. The middle one, where my concern is, 38 and a half, 38, that's staying pretty true. 36, so we're good there. 39 and a half. Right here is where I'm concerned. 46, that's not bad, because we have 60 inches. What about this one? 48, all right, so we have it. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. I was surprised with how much you had to move the uprights to adjust the angle. All right, let me know when I'm hitting that string.
Yeah.
That one's good. We did pretty good lining these up. We got a couple off that we have to adjust, but the majority of them are nice and straight. Some might call that cheating. I just call that working smarter. I love hydraulics. Makes stuff so much easier. So now all those are nice in line. While we're down working on the lower end, we're gonna put these two uprights in. I was gonna weld them, but then I got to thinking, if I weld them and for some reason we need to make an adjustment at any point, we have to grind our welds and it wouldn't be easy. So I am gonna through bolt them with carriage bolts. And that way, if we ever need to make an adjustment, say the frost pushes up an earth anchor or something, and we need to make some adjustment, we still can. Hope those vice grips don't come off. If they do, we're gonna lose our pipe.
Did it go through now? My arm is shaking off.
Be glad we don't gotta do that to all of them.
How many do you gotta do that to?
I don't know. 4.
Is it how you drove it?
What?
Is it you drove it?
That's a new drill. Steady this. Darn wind.
Those don't fish. I can't catch it. I don't even know where it is. Go ahead and dump down a little. One of them we're gonna leave for now. That's the one that hit the rock and really went in.
If I try to take that earth anchor out, I'm just gonna destroy it. So I'm gonna build the whole array, or get the uprights on the array, figure out how far out I need to come on that, and then we'll make that. I'll show you what we're gonna do with that later. We're gonna make it work, but I'm gonna wait till I have everything else in line, and then I can figure out exactly where I need to go.
We haven't had tacos for a while. Just made some homemade taco seasoning because we ran out. Made some homemade shells, some fresh salsa. And who doesn't like tacos?
You're all thankful for this wonderful day.
It feels good to have all the earth anchors in the screws and now all of our posts in the earth anchors. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take to figure out the angle. I had quite a bit of time, I'd say about 45 minutes it took me to adjust that first post to the right angle. I didn't show it on camera because it's kind of hard to show that. I was just looking at a piece of string and taking my phone going like this for quite a while. I was surprised at how much you had to move that lower pole down to get the degree angle to change. Never messed around with anything like that before, but it is set to 35 degrees, right where we need it. If you have solar at your place, what is the degree angle of your solar? I'm just curious. I know it depends on your location of what your angles need to be. Some people have to be a lot more, a lot less, flat. It depends, and it also depends. Some people like to change their angles with the season. This is going to be a big solar array, so we're going to set it at 35 degrees and leave it that way. Unless we find in the wintertime we're really having an issue. It's going to be a waiting game to find out, but the plan is we'll leave it at 35 degrees forever. I hope that works out. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, it really helps, and we'll see you right back here in the next video at Lumnah Acres. What are you up to, Mr. Figaro?